today will be telling you why you should be spending more time outdoors and the positive effects of it. Have you ever gone camping without your family? It's pretty weird. I have. In fact, I used to go camping once a month. So that resulted in my parents not being able to go to many campouts with me. Yeah, because they like their Fridays and their Saturdays. You know how it is. Well, these campouts had a positive effect on me. I learned to appreciate nature, and I also learned the skills of how to camp and how to start fires. But the thing I always noticed when I went camping was when I got home. It felt like there was a negative gloom in the house, and it really bothered me because it felt like everyone was mad. This was obviously not the case because why would my family be mad that I got home? Kind of silly. Well, when I was researching this paper, I found out why. There's this study done by Jolinda Moss and a few others. They did a study the study was called Green Space, Urbanity, and Health. How strong is the relation? I quote from the results, "This research shows that percentage of green space in people's living environments has a positive association with perceived general health of residents. This means that you feel a positive effect." Association with general health of residents. End quote. This means you feel a positive effect when you are around a living environment. We all know forests and fields and the outdoor world, it's almost all green. Well, that means that when you're outside, when you're in the outdoor world, you feel positive and you feel happier. Most people would say that happiness is all from attitude. To be happy, you have to have a good attitude about it. I would say that's true, just not in all cases. So, when I was 13, I went on this camp out. It was the middle of January, and I didn't want to go. It was wet, cold, snowy, and I was 13. I don't want to go camping then. Well, I talked to my parents, and they said I should go, but it was up to me. In my mind, this was a test. So I packed my bags, and when the weekend came, I left. This camping trip was cold, wet, and snowy. It was not fun. I would say it wasn't quite the worst camping trip I went on, but it was a close second. Well, nobody wanted to do anything. It was cold, wet, and we were soaked by the time camp was set up on the first day. Well, when it came down to it, none of the boys wanted to do anything, right? Well, the leaders handed out assignments, and they were like, okay, you chop the wood. You start the fire. And he assigned 2 boys specifically to cook dinner with them. These boys didn't want to. And they decided that if they just went into their tent, they didn't have to. Well, the leaders couldn't do much about it. They weren't allowed to be in the boys' tents or anything. It wasn't allowed because it's a rule. Well, they didn't end up getting help. So, when I was done with my job, which was chopping wood, I decided the right thing to do was to help them. So I ended up helping cook dinner, and I feel that that was because I was in nature and I had to experience this harsh, cold weather, and it really humbled me and helped me see that not everything's about me. And I would say that therefore, nature helps you be positive and think of yourself less. So, I ask you, is staying inside really worth it? Or would you rather be outside and be happy and positive and be able to enjoy and understand nature more?